Alright, hi guys. Look, we've got a customer question here where we're trying to create this Dutch gable with a gable in the front of it, and Dave has come to us with an issue, and you can see he's had a bit of a crack and I had a bit of a go. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So at the moment this is what Dave's come up with, and you know what, it's probably as close as you're going to get without a little bit of training, but I'm going to quickly show you how I go about it. So what I like to do, here's my plan here. I'm just going to use my rectangle tool, and I'm going to just go to extremities wherever I can, just to save me a little bit of work. If you ever have that, you click on your translucent view to, and all I'm basically doing is tracing the exterior of the wall, which I think is roughly there. I don't have any measurements, so I can't give you an exact. I should have went from this way here. Right, and what do we got? One here as well. Now I'm actually going to go a little bit outside the line here, and there's a reason, and this will probably help you out a lot, is I'm just going to just take this section out. So now you can see I've got a face there. I'm just doing this so that I can break the face. So if I go erase, and this isn't going to actually solve Dave's problem, but I think it will solve a lot of people's problem if you weren't aware you could do this. Okay, so you can see that now I have the outside of my walls created there. And if I go to my roof tool, so I'm going to go right click, roof, and create roof. And if I keep my eaves overhang to 0, you'll notice that I'm not going to be far enough out. However, I'll do it anyway and go submit. Right, and you'll notice what it did is it actually broke that face. Now I've gone about 50 mil there, and the benefit of that is that what I can do is I can just simply go to the roof. I'll just turn my transparent view off, right click, roof, add gable, right, and then I can go submit. That's given me the gable there. Now I've also got my capping on, which kind of makes it harder to work with, so I'm going to quickly search capping in my tags and turn it off. Oops. Right, and what I can do now is if I triple click inside the model, right, I'll turn my mouse on just so you can see what I'm doing here. If I triple click inside the model, I've just got to where my base geometry. If I go escape and just get outside of that, and I use move, which is M as a keyboard shortcut, and bring my gable out, kind of isn't doing exactly what I wanted it to do. So if I break this line or this face, I'm going to zoom in there and break the face, right, you'll notice now I have two faces. Click outside of that and go move. I can now bring my gable forwards. Now I might also want to have an overhang there, and I don't want that to be on. That's okay, we'll sort that out in a second. But what I'm going to do, I'll just use a material, just any old material at the moment. Colors there, and I'll choose pink. Okay, so what I can do is I can offset. So I selected my two edges, F, type in the size of your fascia. I'm going to type in 180, which is standard in Australia, and I can push-pull this face out to whatever my overhang needs to be. I can also grab this edge here and move it down to my existing hip. I could delete that line if I wanted to as well. Right. If I wanted it to estimate properly, inside of the roof tool, I also have flashings here. And you'll notice that we have barges and everything like that. I'm going to choose this one here, barge and flashing. Go submit. Obviously you're going to want to choose the right materials. Right. Barge and flashing. Okay, so that's going to estimate correctly as well. Obviously I can move mouse so I don't get clashing faces. That's one way to do it, Dave, and I can do the same with this gable as well if I wanted to. Another way to do it would be if I'll just grab the face again, here. Move, put this over here. I go right click, roof, create roof, and I make it as an overhang, 600. and go submit. Right. I could, you know what? Yeah, okay, I'm going to go right click roof, add gable again. Now, you'll notice I have come out 50 mil there, so I'd probably deduct that here. So I just go 550 instead of 600, so 550 and go submit. Right. In this particular instance, I'm getting this issue here, but if you, with the roof tool, if you actually go right click roof and remove roof face here, it gives you the ability to go and edit it again. So I can choose the pitch, which is 22.5. I can simply go down. So I've got to create a gutter line. Basically, I would probably turn my gutter off in this thing, so include gutter no, right? And I'm going to go to here, and then I can go back up to my gable, which probably should have been there, and then enter. And you'll see that I actually had an overhang. I should turn that overhang off so I can roof, edit roof, and you can see I didn't need that. I'm just going to go 0 and go submit. Right, and it also created my roof. I can then edit it and put it down to wherever I want it to go. Right, and I can do the same with this face as well. I can go right click roof, remove roof face, and this is probably the best way to solve your problems if you've ever got a difficult roof. You'll notice when I did that it also outlined where my hip was. So if I actually chose here, I want an eaves overhang, so 600, or I could just go straight from here and have an eaves overhang of 0. And wherever my Dutch gable was going to come to, I'm going to say here, and just roughly enter. Right, and then I could go and create these other roofs as well. So when I push delete a face, I'll do it one more time, right click roof, remove roof face. When I do that, it removes the face, but it also opens up the skillion or sloping roof tool. And that enables me to utilize this to create whatever I see fit. You may need to change your rafter heights and so on. Because I'm drawing from here, my rafter heights aren't going to be exactly right. But it's kind of easy just to move it down as well. And if you watch when you're actually using this tool and draw here, you'll notice it gives you instructions. Click to add next point or press delete to remove the last point. Control equals enable or disable the overhang. End equals change fascia type, insert, remove fascia type. So basically, if I pushed end on my keyboard, it will remove an overhang. If I push control, it will disable the fascia, right? And therefore you'll notice I have, different products according to whatever it is I tried. So overhangs and so on can be done quite quickly. And when you've done that, simply move your roof down to wherever you want it to go. Now, the reason why we've gone about it this way is that essentially what it does is it enables us to develop faster at the same time as give new users to 3D software the ability to create the majority of roofs in one go. Instead of working around really, really complex roofing tools like other 3D programs have, we make it simple to do the majority of work, and then we actually enable you to be able to edit it parametrically as you go. And as you can see, I can edit any of these roofs individually, and I do believe this is the best way to go. The problem with doing it like I did here is that if I went right click roof and edit roof, it's going to undo the changes that I made. Right, you'll notice that now I've gone and undone the change, so I have to go and do them again because I broke inside of the geometry, which was Sketchup geometry. PlusDesignBuild still thought it was as per the way it was drawn, and I manually edited it, which I do in some instances. But just so you know, using the remove roof face tool and actually creating roofs such as the way I have will actually save you a heap of time. Mate, don't forget about the capping tool. Again, you can go and use this for any type of capping, flashing, or anything that's required in most jobs, including box gutters. Alright Dave, hope it helps. Cheers mate.